Hello, 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 and welcome everyone. Welcome to today's show of Let's Talk Hair. My name is Ronette Turner Corley, and I'm your feature presenter for today. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this opportunity to interview this person. And so I'm really excited to be sharing this information. Many of you know that recently I just launched my new hairline and healthy hairline to be exact, and in the health and wellness space, and along with others as well. And this individual that I would like to bring on and share with you all today is an RN, a registered nurse for over pretty much 20 plus years. I should say 25 plus years, really. And she has a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of information. But oftentimes, a lot of the times, when taking a look at what we do in this network marketing space, as well as marketing health and wellness products, oftentimes we don't hear from people who are in the medical profession. What's their take on it? Well, not only is she a co-founder with GoFinity, which is amazing, she's also a product user and has seen results. And with her vast knowledge when it comes to the medical profession and her years of experience, I definitely want to bring her on so she can share her experience of what it's been for herself. And if you are in the medical profession, this could be something that you could relate to, or for someone who, even if you're not, the fact that you're going to be able to hear from someone in this space, someone who is in this profession that you can trust and that you can hear her experience, maybe to give you, some type of revelation about our product as far as being able to use it and using it for yourself, or referring it, or maybe even joining forces with us and becoming a co-founder yourself. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring Miss Lisa Porter to the front. Hello, Lisa.
Hi, hello, everyone.
How you
Hello.
doing?
I am great. Thank you so
Good.
much for having me on. Thanks for the
Yes,
opportunity. Yay.
absolutely. You look so beautiful.
You too. Look at that skin glowing.
Look, it's the Butonic girl.
Yes, I know, right? I'm thinking I need to turn off some light. There's so much glow in here.
Yes, absolutely. So just wanted to, come on and share your story and, tell us more about who you are, where you're from, what's your background and so forth.
So, my name is Lisa Porter. Hello, everybody. My background, I don't look my age. I am in my 50s. I don't mind telling it because every day above ground is a blessing. And the alternative of not aging is not being here. So I am happy about that.
Yes.
I have been in the medical profession, like you said, a nurse, a registered nurse for over 20, 25 years now. And prior to that, I was in the military. I was in the
Okay.
Air Force for over 10 years. If I had known what I know now, I probably would have made a career out of it. But 10 was good enough to give me a launching pad. I was not in the medical area during that time, but I got to travel the world and see so many different
Mhm.
places. So I absolutely loved it. Got to meet some, I say fantabulous, some wonderful people. Got to meet a lot of wonderful people. So that was a great experience. Learned some discipline. Went straight out of high school into the
Okay.
military. So
Yeah.
it served me really, really well. And as a result of going in and learning so many different things about, finances and world travel and possibility and opportunities that are out there, I was able to get the GI Bill, get assistance with going through nursing
Awesome.
school. So I came out, was able to go into nursing school and not have that student loan debt that's looming
Wow.
over everybody's head. So
That's
I was
big.
able to go. Yeah, definitely. So it's just been a blessing. And people ask me, what do I do? I tell people that I work in the healthcare profession. And now I was so eager to get out of like patient care. So I do healthcare administration. And
Okay.
now my goal, my primary responsibility is patient safety, which is amazing
Mhm.
because everything safety is why I love this product.
Yeah.
It's another
Yeah.
reason, right?
Yeah.
And then when people ask me who am I or who I am, I say that I'm salt and I'm light because I
Wow.
know have a responsibility to be light and salt in this earth. And that was just something recent that I've just started to say
Yeah.
as a result of recognizing why we're all here, I think, to be light and salt and to be helpers one to another. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, wow. I didn't know you were in the military.
yeah, yes.
Yeah. So what sector of the military? What,
I was in the Air Force.
the
Yeah,
Air
the best
Force.
one,
Okay.
of course. Yeah. Didn't like
Yeah.
to get dirty,
But
not into
as you're
camping
saying
and
that, I
grunge
can hear
work.
my friend. I have one of my closest friends in the background. I can hear him saying Semper Fi, you know, and he's like, "No, we're the best," you know. It's so
Yep,
funny.
unfortunately. It's true. It's sad, but it's true. Yep, no grunge work, no field work. Nope, not doing that.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
definitely enjoyed it. Mhm.
Good for you. Wow, wow. 10 years at that.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah. So you were around for a while. So and then got a chance to take a advantage of all the benefits.
Definitely.
That is
That's
true.
something that, while I was growing up, my dad, I saw him always working. I saw him manage his money well. I
Mhm.
saw him being super responsible. And even though it seems like it wasn't a direct teach, it was an indirect teach. And so I learned through observing. No
Wow.
different than what I'm watching you and Sly do, and so many people are, learning through observation that some things are possible. And so I knew that I had a responsibility just as much as being able to pay it forward.
Yeah.
People are watching us and they're watching what we're doing. And sometimes we don't even have to open our mouths. We just have to live our lives in front of them. And if we set a good example, we can set a good example. So,
Absolutely. Reminds me of that saying, it's not what's taught, it's what's caught.
yes, yes.
You know?
So yeah,
So
I knew I had to do
yeah.
something with what they were giving me. And so I made the best of it, thank God, and was
Yeah.
able to come out of it and so appreciative of it. Mhm.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, I tell you, we met what in 2020
Yes.
and was introduced to each other when you came aboard in our network of people who were, in the crypto space. And later it has evolved into now this GoFinity business.
Mhm.
And so I was excited when I shared, and you were really open and excited. And what was
Yeah.
your first initial response when I actually introduced it to you?
Initially, it was watching the presentation and then seeing that you actually had been invited to the corporate office. And so, of course, I've been with you and Sly for long enough to trust you and your
Mhm.
judgment. And I know that anything that you get involved in, you've done your due diligence. And so I could trust that. I didn't have to like wonder about that. And I know your history and your time you've spent within this industry. So I was like, okay. And then I started listening about the product. And then it was undeniable that first I was just looking at it. With Tamika and Brock, with them and their willingness to open up something that they've kind of like their baby and open it up
Yes.
and expand it out and literally put it in the hands of people and give them an opportunity. For me, I was like, what are they doing? What's this really about? Hold on, wait,
Yeah.
this seems too good to be true, right? And normally, most
Yeah.
of the time, it really is. And so I was really intrigued by that. But then when you trusted them, and then I started to hear more, and there was no catch. It really was
Mm-hmm,
what they were
mm-hmm,
doing. They were giving people an opportunity, and everything was laid out. There was really no work that we had to do other than introduce the product. And then the best part is that the products work. It's been
the
proven,
product work.
tested,
Yes.
tried, with over 1 million customers and they have a track record. So it was just really a no-brainer for me to just
Yes.
jump on board. Yeah. The beautiful
Yes.
packaging, like an eye-catching. I was like, oh, that's pretty. That's really pretty.
Right? It is
Yes.
so pretty. It is
Right.
so
Then I got to taste it. I was like, I'm in. I'm all in. Yeah. Mhm.
Yes. Now, from a consumer perspective, especially because of your background, do you find
Mhm.
yourself being a label reader?
I absolutely took pictures. I have them on my phone. I sent them to a couple of people. I looked at the lab when I called her a chemist. And I saw the pictures that you showed us initially. I was looking on the shelf behind her, seeing what it looked
Uh-huh.
like, trying to understand. And then the thing that I heard was, they're testing. They didn't test on animals, they tested on humans. So they are the first partakers themselves. So if they trusted it enough to test it on themselves, right, and test it on humans, then that spoke volumes. And then to even look at the labels and see that it was non-GMO, that it was plant-based, that it had all the nutrients and the vitamins that we need that we're often missing in our regular diet, and we're combating against so much in this world against our health. I was definitely intrigued. And then, so many people, like we talk about all the time, it's really difficult for people to take pills.
Yes.
And so just being able to drink this drink, which I waited today just to have mine, just for the interview. It's just amazing that you can drink this and not even remember that you're taking your vitamins with 76 vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and collagen, and it still tastes good. That's unbelievable, but it is true.
So true. Now, let me ask you: Is this your first network marketing business?
It is with sales. Yes. Yes. I tried to think about doing something like Primerica, but never. I went to a couple of meetings and never did anything with it because it just didn't interest me. This absolutely is along my, vein of wanting to help people, recognizing that we are at a deficit as far as our health, even mind. It's amazing that I can tell people what to do and still need to be mindful of my own health, right? There's so many of us that are suffering. We just came out of a pandemic, and the primary reason that so many of us suffered the way that we did, and even lives were lost, even though I believe we're not leaving till our appointed time, but so many people suffered to the extent that they did was because of our pre-existing conditions. Right, with our being obese, with our diabetes, with our high blood pressure, with our predisposition to cancer. And of course, every time you hear statistic, the people of color are leading in those areas, right? Because of our access being limited, because of our poor health, because of our diet, because of our inactivity. And so at some point, we got to be sick and tired of leading the cause and leading, being in the forefront of this thing with our poor health. And so being a proponent of that, and then knowing and having all the information, being able to share. So I do share when I get opportunity to have health fairs and do those things at my church, and, do the blood pressure screenings and the diabetic screenings and things of that nature, just to share the information that I've been blessed to have, to give to people, in a way that they trust me because I've had the education in it, just to be able to share. And now I have something that I can put in their hands that they can get instead of having to take a pill. You can take this and get your nutrients, get your supplements, because you're not going to get it in your food that you eat. You're not going to get it, and just drinking something if you're not fit, if you don't enjoy doing it. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, what was nice about it is that also you became a customer yourself. You're a customer first. And I'm going to show these pictures because you had sent some before and after pictures. And I want to just share these because, let's see here. Tell us a little bit more about this, because it looked like it was a 3 weeks process.
Oh, that's so funny. I never expected to be all of it. It's not my thing. If you ever see me, I'm never on YouTube. I never put my face on stuff. I just don't do that. Thanks, Ronette.
It's so amazing, right? It's so amazing.
Right. I mean, it's undeniable. And so you might as well share. Results speak volume, right? And then it leads to credibility. So what I've been using is the scalp elixir, right? This is it right here. And this is, as you can see, the picture on before was just not that I have a problem with my hair, right? This is a crochet that I have in now. But if you can come in further and see my front, because I've been using that elixir, has just grown in. And the only reason why I really have problems is because I do protective styles a lot. And sometimes I pull back too hard, right?
Exactly.
Right. And because it's easy to do protective styles and wear this, my hair is a nice length. I've always had thick hair. But when I tell you the strands are so much thicker and stronger, and this front area has grown in just by using the elixir. And of course, drinking that drink, just drink the juice, right? Just drink the juice. Yes, by
Yes.
drinking this juice. So it is so amazing how this little bitty package,
Mm-hmm.
put
Mm-hmm.
in water, and you can put it in 8 to 12 ounces, and I put mine in 16 ounces,
Yeah. Yeah.
because depending on how sweet you like it, and
Mm-hmm.
then having an option to have it in peach or either have it in pomegranate. Yay!
Yes.
I laughed. So having
Yes.
this variety and being able to change up and have my nephew on it, and he loves it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that has really been something I've been able to do now, and just using those two products have been
Yeah.
the main thing that I've been using initially to get the hair to grow back, and that was after 3 weeks. And so, of course, I was sold. I was telling everybody, I was
Yes.
telling everybody
Yes.
about it. You got to try this. People I don't even talk to, people at work, and they were saying something and gave me an opportunity, and I was like,
Yes.
hey,
Right.
I got something for
Right.
you to try, right?
Right.
So it's opened up doors and opportunity for me to just talk to people and engage people in conversation that I wouldn't normally have an opportunity, or I wouldn't take the opportunity to have
Right.
a conversation with them. So it's just been
Which is
expanding
nice.
that. Hmm.
Which is
Yeah,
nice. And you got to be excited about something when you do something like that, right?
definitely. Yes,
Got
for
to
sure.
and believe in it.
Yes,
And
and when it works, it makes it so much easier. We were talking earlier when we first started that it's more than about vanity, right? When people are having a problem with some kind of health condition, and it doesn't really matter what it is, but especially when it's visible,
yeah.
it does something to a person's self-esteem.
Yes.
Right. It does something to their inner core self. And so when we're able to help that out, we might joke and say, girl, my edges are falling out, or my hair is
Mhm.
thinning, or, that's why I wear my wigs or do whatever I
Right.
do. But,
Right.
but truthfully, we don't know that inner dialogue a person's having when they're by themselves, right?
Very
Or
good.
when they're at home by themselves at night, or when they
Mhm.
have to take off their wig and they're confronted with whatever issue they're facing, right? And sometimes, being able to just help that person with that has
Yeah.
been is a major thing. Even if it's not a condition where it's thinning or coming out, just something that's making a person feel better, like the Butonic with the energy.
Yes.
Fatigue is a real thing.
Hmm.
Being tired all the time can lead to depression. It can lead to, a lack of desire. It can lead to, that loss of a will, right? And
Right.
imagine
Right.
if you get something that will give you energy, something that will give you a desire to get up and go, if you will, something that will give you a little oomph, that will
Right.
get you your vitamins, nutrients, and minerals that we need, that are often lacking, that often cause lack in our bodies, then that will change your whole kind of disposition, outlook, mental state. And
Hmm.
so that
Hmm.
also is a big help that we don't talk about oftentimes because we're so busy
Sure.
looking at the external stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
another thing I love about it, it works from the inward outward.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we can see our organs and what need they were really in our internal state, and how much we really needed these supplements. I think we do better. Not only
That's
that, one
very
more
true.
thing is that water, right? So we get to put this in water. Many of us
Right.
not drink enough water. I've been guilty
Not
of
at
it.
all.
I'm trying
Hmm.
to do so much better,
Hmm.
but our bodies are composed of so much water, the
Right.
majority of water, and we're dehydrated. And
Yeah.
that's led to a lot of our problems with inflammation, with disease, with issues with our kidneys, with all kinds
Hmm.
of
Hmm.
problems that we're
Hmm.
facing, with fatigue. And we don't even realize it because we're simply dehydrated. So this can help us get some of this water in we're supposed to be getting, and then it'll lead to us just getting better. As we improve, we'll just want to do more, and then we'll be better. So
That's funny you should bring that up because that's what I do for me. I said, okay, well, at least I know I will have at least, this 12 ounces, 16 ounces. I do the same
mhm.
thing, 16 ounces of water. I
Yeah,
got that covered because
right.
I'm going to have my Butonic every day, right?
Yes, gonna do that. Yes, that's a check.
So
Right.
I'm going to have it. So it forces me to drink that water, at
Mhm,
least in that sitting. And then it also makes me aware of when I haven't had other water throughout the day.
mhm,
So yeah,
definitely.
that's a very good thing. Now let's switch gears on the consultant side.
Okay.
I know that's what's really nice is that technically we have the best of both worlds. We have a seasoned company
Mhm,
that's been around and had mega success,
mhm,
and now bringing it forefront for us to have a brand new company, but with the experience of this, this giant behind us.
Mhm.
But now we're still in pre-launch
Mhm.
because the GoFinity side is just now launching, and we don't go into full launch, my understanding, until like October. And also, we heard on the call the other night that anyone who joins from and enrolls as as a consultant till the end of the month will be considered a co-founder.
Mhm.
And that's really amazing because we're just getting started. But when you look into the future, year, 2 years, 3 years from now, people are
Mhm.
going to like, oh, that's a co-founder. That's a co-founder. The people who
Right.
really jump started this thing and got it started. So, I mean,
Mhm.
I think it's pretty commonly said and known that, as a nurse, from a financial standpoint,
Mhm.
um, nurses do really well as far as being able to earn a great living.
Mhm.
Now, why would, because a lot of times what happens is, people will categorize certain people like, oh, well, they're a nurse, they're a doctor, or they're, this person or that, or they already have that. And they always think
Mhm.
sometimes that this industry is filled with people who are just in total lack
True.
financially or need it, and it's not like that at all. But
True.
that's the mindset, right?
Mhm.
So why, on the business perspective, would, what was your motivation, I should say?
I think you said the key word there. It's mindset, and it goes back to I watch a lot of things, and one of the things I'm watching here lately is the psychology of money,
Mm,
and it kind of goes back to what I was saying about my father. I would watch my father sit down and he'd write out his bills and he'd write them on paper and he'd have his own budget in his mind. And I would watch my dad, how he handled money, and he was frugal, but he was financially very, very savvy, if you will. And
mhm,
so I
mhm.
watched how he did that and how he did not have lack. And so that stood out to me. And again, as he did not tell me what he was doing, he showed me what he was doing.
Right.
And there was never a need in our house, thank God for that. But that was
Mhm,
because of his diligence.
mhm.
And so I watched him do that. And then as I became an adult and started seeing my own way and having my own money, I started really learning the principles. I call them biblical principles because I
Yeah,
learned them through
yeah,
the Bible of reaping and
absolutely.
sowing, right? And then I started learning how God desires for us to have multiple streams of income, right? And He is desiring, a return on his investment, everything that
Mhm.
he gives us. And he also requires us to steward well over that. So I
Right.
got to see my father steward well over what he had. And so that all stuck with me. And so I'm frugal.
Yeah.
I spend, but not a whole lot. Some
Yeah.
people call it stingy. I do not call it that because I give. So I've learned to
Right.
do that, right?
Right.
I've also learned principles of not letting your right hand know what your left hand is doing. So I don't like blow a horn when I give. But I
Right.
also know certain principles about, giving, it'll be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And that's talking about forgiveness, but it's everything that you give. That law of reciprocity, what you put out will come back to you. Maybe not from the same
Right.
source, right?
Right.
It's
Right.
coming back. And when I tell you, I believe in tithes, but I
Yes.
believe in New Testament tithes, right? Old Testament, they say, oh, you're bound by the law. Well, that's 10%. New Testament, they gave everything.
Right.
So I
Right.
believe in
Right.
giving above and beyond, right? But I have not, when it talks about in the Old Testament, prove me, God has proven himself to be faithful over and over and over again. Even in the profession of nursing, I never really thought about, oh, I want to be a nurse when I grow up. I never thought about
Uh-huh.
that. I had a
Uh-huh.
girlfriend that said, let's try out for the nursing program. And I said, oh, okay. And we tried out. I got in, she didn't.
Wow.
After that, we separated. So that was
Yeah.
like God ordained for
Yeah.
me through this path. I didn't go in thinking like today, many people do, I'm going to be a nurse because they make a lot of money.
Right.
A lot of people go into nursing and they get out because it's a difficult field, right? And they
Oh,
can't,
very difficult. Very
especially the
difficult. It's not
pandemic,
as
right?
glorious as people and
Yeah.
what they earn. My sister is a nurse of now, I think, 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually it really irritates her when people say, oh, she make a, it really does. And the reason
Mm-hmm.
why, because number one, she didn't get in it for that.
Right. Yes. And so
She
many
got in
do.
it for what she got in it for. And
Mm-hmm.
it was an inspiration, it was a calling.
Yes,
And then
yes.
she's like, if you really knew what we do, I would say we need a raise.
Right. Yes, absolutely. So as I got into it, I realized I was called into it and didn't even know
Yes,
it, right? Because
yes.
of who I am and who I was created to be, right? By God. So it was absolutely a setup. Now that I've been in it for my latter 5 years or so, I've moved in towards now in management.
Right.
And so it's even, greater increase, more responsibility.
Mhm.
But why do something else? To go back to the original
Yeah.
point, being a due diligent person over what I have been given. I don't have children. I'm not married, but I still have nieces, nephews, family that I want to leave a legacy for. I still believe in multiple streams of income. I still believe in stewarding well over what we have. I do believe in kingdom building. I do believe
Mhm.
in, if someone comes to me and they're in need, I want to be able to give so I can help meet the need. I know it's God doing it, but He uses us to do it. He uses us to
Right.
work the miracle through us to give to them, to give.
Right.
So I always say, bless me to be a blessing, right? So He is the source. He uses us as resources. So if someone comes to you and they want something or they need, or more likely in need of something, it's really sad if they can't get it from you and they have to go GoFundMe, or if they have to go and do something else. And so I think we should be in positions to help our family members and those we love and care about if there's a real legitimate need.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I would want to be able to go to, and I'm sad to say that I don't know a whole lot of people that I could really go to if I needed $10,000 right now.
Right. Right. Right.
And that's kind of sad. But I don't want to be the one in that position. So I want to be the one,
Right.
not saying everybody can come to me, because I'm going to still be due diligent and do, my checks, and have learned the fine art of saying no, but still being able to give and help and sow and build. You need finances. Money answers all things. Is
Yes.
a scripture that it says. And so being able to be a help. So why? Because as much money as I do make, and I make a decent salary, I think there's still opportunity. And then I don't plan on working for someone for the rest of my life, right?
Right.
Right
Right.
now,
Right.
my time belongs to them. So this is a sad thing, and no slight to anybody else that retires and has to go work at Walmart or somewhere else. But I don't want to. I
Right.
don't want to have to do that, right?
Right.
So along the way of working is planning,
It's
preparing,
planning. I was going to say that.
right?
Yeah.
It's
Those that when
preparing,
that do that, I've seen
right,
people retire only to go back to work, and it's
right.
not necessarily. It has everything to do with proper planning. A
Proper
lot of
planning,
times they don't
yes.
see themselves until they're there and there was no
Hmm.
plan of action.
Hmm.
And then it's
Right,
like, what do I do now? Oh, now I
right.
got 40% of pay. I wasn't expecting
Mhm.
that. So now I have to
Right.
make up
And
for
my
what.
house isn't paid off, and this isn't done,
Exactly.
and I still want to
Exactly.
travel, and I can't live this lifestyle that I was
Right. Right.
accustomed to. And I don't. That's not going to be said of me.
Right.
I don't have to
Right.
say I don't want it to be said. It's not going to be said of me. So
Yeah.
along
Yeah.
the way, making some sacrifices, doing some planning, and doing something that I'm enjoying, and being able to give back. So
Mm-hmm.
every opportunity that comes my way is not a yes, but choosing the ones that I'm enjoying doing, like Affinity, is a no brainer.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Well, I tell you, you are doing amazing and sharing and building your network, and that's why I asked you, had you done this before? Because you're like a natural. Now you know the story, you're presenting it. I'm like, whoa,
That's because I'm
yes,
enjoying it. Anything else I'm
yeah,
not enjoying, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
yes,
Yeah, I don't want to do
yes.
that.
I can really tell.
Yeah.
I can really tell. So, for someone who would be taking a look at this, and let's say they
Mhm.
are in similar shoes, good career, have things in place, um, and looking towards maybe, like you said, maybe retirement, or at some point looking for some type of residual income, because as you know, like you said, you know it might not be necessarily the money, but when
Mhm.
it comes to the time,
Mhm.
being able to have your own time by building a residual income on the side to be able to have that time freedom, what would you say to that person as far as why they should choose GoFinity?
From a medical perspective, a healthcare perspective, I would definitely say this is something that we could use to help someone jumpstart their health and wellness.
Mhm.
We didn't talk about the other products. This is more than just hair,
That's
skin, and
true.
nails.
That's right.
We have a line that's part of a cleanse, that's part of energy. I showed you the energy gummies. That's part of weight loss and weight management. There is parts where they have personal trainers and professionals to help in those areas. So for me, it's overall wellness, right?
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
hair and nails are important. Yeah, that's external. But again, from the inside out and looking at a
Yes.
whole wellness of a person. So what good would it be for me to look good on the outside and my insides are, failing? Vice versa as well. My insides are great, but I look raggedy on the outside. It's a whole body
Mm-hmm,
person
mm-hmm.
thing. So I
Right.
would say there's an opportunity for us to help people. We are
Yes.
in the helping business. We are in the people business. As long as we're living and we can be a help to others, this is definitely an opportunity to do so. And then you can make a great residual income as well doing it. So the products are great. This is one thing you can stand behind, one product and several products actually that you can stand behind and not feel guilty or scared about it. We talked about me being involved with you in some other products
Mm-hmm,
before, and,
mm-hmm.
and some of them, unfortunately, are not here. But this
Right,
is
right.
something that's been around for a while, and it's been proven, it's been tried. People are absolutely credible, and they are upfront and out front, and it's
Mm-hmm.
actually a legitimate company that is, you can go and check it out for yourself. And this is a product we can all stand behind, and people
Absolutely.
want that. You can be trusted, right? So many things cannot be trusted in this world today, unfortunately. And then we don't make hype claims, we don't make these claims. And of course, we don't make medical claims, but the test, I mean, you can't disprove it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Evidence there. People's hair, their hair is coming back from things
Yes.
like alopecia. And we have people
Yes.
that have had, gastric bypass and bariatric surgery, and they're actually able to take these vitamins and they're okay with their numbers. You
Right.
you can't disprove science when everybody's trying to disprove everything. You can look at the numbers and see the facts. So we absolutely have a product we can stand behind. And while doing this, we can have confidence in that, and then still get paid nicely for doing it.
Yes.
I would say come
Yes.
on board. There's plenty of room. This is a billion-dollar, trillion-dollar industry, and it shouldn't be, the shops on the corner making all the money from us.
Right.
When we have an opportunity to get involved in this business, and you can do it from the comfort of your own home. They have everything established. That was another reason why I was really excited about it. Everything's
Yes.
already set up for us. It's not a
Yes.
whole lot of work. We just got to introduce the product to people.
That's
So,
it. That's it. I like
yeah.
that. Become a professional introducer. That's
Yeah, right. Just get the product out
it.
there in their hands. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
it. That's really all we do. And we let the
Yeah.
product have little legs on it and they go to
Yes.
work, and
Mhm.
that's what we do. So you're absolutely right. And why not at the same time with something that's so great, be able to build an income, a
Mhm.
residual income that actually, what's nice, because I know, especially with where you are in your life, and like I said, having a great profession, the profession's nice for you, but you can't pass that on to your nieces or nephews,
True. Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But
Yes.
this is a business that you can actually will and transfer and
Mhm.
continue on and actually give them, the build up of the residual income once
Mhm.
it's built up to whatever level, when that time comes, which is really
Yes.
really amazing.
Mhm. And you
Yes,
say that also passing on to them the importance of health,
yes,
right? The importance of
yes,
health. Because
yeah.
what good is all the money when your health is, failing?
Health is really your wealth. Okay,
Mhm. Health
it
is wealth.
really, yes, it is.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Well, it's been so fun to be able to be on here and for you to share. I mean, you've given a wealth of information
Thank
for
you.
those who are taking a look. I know you are inspired, and I
Yeah.
know that, yeah, it's going to be some good's going to come out of this because people are going to see, the benefits all the way around. I love the way you
Mhm.
talk about the health side, and you're right. We target the hair, and that's our
Mhm.
target, but it's so
Mhm.
much more, right?
Yes,
So much
yes.
more than
Mhm.
just hair. And you was the first person who even shared it with me, and it gave me that aha moment about it being even more than just vanity. So I'm like, oh, everybody's gonna look good. And you were like, it's bigger than that. We're really pulling out people self-esteem, giving them, more esteem, higher confidence, and everything else about themselves, like you talked about.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. So I appreciate your time. It's been great. And let's keep pressing on. Congratulations on all the success you're having. And I know we're just at the very beginning. I mean, we are like going into our 90th day.
Yes.
3 months. So we haven't even been around a long time.
Yes.
So much fun. So it's going to be nice to see as time goes on,
Yes.
all the people we're going to help and be able to really make an impact.
I'm excited. Thank you for the opportunity for me to share. I'm excited for everybody that's going to come and join us. So come on and join us. There's room for you at the top. It's way too many at the bottom. I think Masa says that all the time. Yeah, I love that.
The bottom's overcrowded.
It is. There's plenty of room. And that's the beautiful thing too. It's not about like not bringing people in. There's enough for everybody to have more than enough. So thank you for bringing this opportunity to me and for me to be able to share with some others. Thank you.
Yes, you're so welcome. And like I said last night, turn your health products as well as your hair products into a tax deduction.
Yes. Yes, I sure need them.
Yes.
Need those. Got it. They are uncle.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Lisa. And you have a
you.
great evening. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. All right. So you all got a chance to hear from Lisa Porter, RN for 25 plus years. She gave her background, just an amazing person, professional, and just sharing her experience with both being a new co-founder with GoFinity as well as being a product user. You also got a chance to see her before and after pictures, just seeing how the products worked for her. And just like many people who do protective hairstyles, I do them too. Sometimes we have those, edges that are a little worn out, but the product you really showed how, it works and starts to fill back in. But like here we say, this disclaimer is for this purpose is for informational purposes only, and does not intend to substitute professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. So we're not saying our products heal or cure anything or mitigate any disease, but we are telling you that if you try it, you will see a change. Okay. So I absolutely love what we do. And I appreciate Lisa for her time and attention. And we'll be back next week. I don't know who we're going to talk to yet, but we'll be back next week on another episode of Let's Talk Hair and Health. And that's my time. My name is Ronette Turner Corley, and I will see you soon. Okay. Bye for now. Bye, everybody.